The United Nations estimates more than 2/3 of the world's population will live in cities by 2050. UN officials have encouraged city planners to build infrastructure that's resilient to the effects of climate change as they accommodate growth. Worldwide public spending on urban resilience is increasing. A recent study from ABI Research found that cities will spend $97 billion this year on resilience. That number could jump to $335 billion by 2024. One urban development doing just that: New York City.
Our approach really is both sustainability and resilience. They really do need to be very well coordinated.
Christine Weidig is the Environmental and Energy Programs Director for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. She oversees the environmental impact of a lot of infrastructure: 5 airports, including JFK and LaGuardia, 6 bridges and tunnels that connect New York and New Jersey, the PATH commuter train system, and 6 seaports. She says the Port Authority uses the Paris Climate Agreement as a framework for its ambitious goals. It wants to reduce its emissions 35% by 2025.
We will make sure that we're mitigating climate change to the extent we can, but realistically, the impacts of climate change are already here. So we're seeing more extreme weather events. The severity of those events is intensifying, and so we also have a robust program for hardening our infrastructure. So we've spent to date about $1 billion in doing that. So that means elevating some critical infrastructure. It means installing special flood protection measures, so whether those are submarine doors or stop logs for some of our PATH stations or at the World Trade Center site. We're really looking across our facilities to see how we can diminish the potential for disruption.
Weidig says cities are also modeling potential risks, like extreme weather events likely to occur in their location. One tool for this is called a digital twin. Simply put, digital twins simulate the physical infrastructure that allows engineers to test the system's limits under different variables, like more frequent or more severe extreme weather. Anna Whitmore helps design digital twins.
We've built a digital twin of a wastewater treatment plant to help with operation. So basically we take all the data that they've got on the plant about the wastewater coming in and how it's operating. We pull it into a data platform and then we provide some analytics on top of that.
So then let's say if there was some sort of like catastrophic weather event, and that wastewater plant then was damaged, how does something like a digital twin help get that plant back online?
So we can have predictive weather and rainfall feeding into our digital twin, and it's going to say there's going to be an event in the next 3 to 5 days with really good accuracy. You need to start draining your reservoirs or doing things to prepare for that event. The other thing we're looking at is asset criticality, so understanding how critical your asset is. For instance, if you've got 2 pumps, if they both fail, what is the actual quantitative risk associated with that failing?
Experts agree that information like this is only going to get more important as cities make their resiliency plans. The climate and the weather it brings is changing, and that's going to affect everyone who lives in cities.
It all comes down to how you integrate all of the risk factors and what are the different data sets that are giving you insights on preventing, whether it be like crime prevention or disaster resilience. It's all about how many data points you have and how you can integrate that and make use of that. That's the most important thing.
Around the world, people are seeing things happening already that weren't happening in the past, or not as often, or not as hard. We have floods, we have wildfires, we have droughts. And so I do think that whether people are connecting that to climate change or something else, they're really feeling it on a personal level, and if it's not immediately in their backyard, it's something that's very publicly visible.